On my birthday, my family blindfolded me and said they had an incredible adventure lined up just for me. They guided me into the car and drove nonstop for 4 long hours. When I pleaded to at least catch a glimpse of where we were headed, my mom snapped at my sister, keep her eyes covered at all costs. At last, when we arrived, my mom flung open the door and shoved me out, cackling, "Happy birthday. You total flop, and the real present is us never crossing paths with you again." My sister then hurled a fistful of mud right at my face, jeering, "Enjoy your cake, you earned every bit of it." I stood there, utterly mortified. But in that instant, I vowed I'd make them regret it. And what I pulled off next turned their world upside down. I'm Emily Harper, and this is the tale of how my 25th birthday morphed from the darkest day imaginable into the dawn of my greatest triumphs. The morning kicked off like every other birthday in the Harper household, meaning it was laced with letdowns from the get-go. I stirred awake in my old childhood room, the same cramped space I'd crashed in ever since snagging my undergrad degree 3 years back. My mom, Karen, had sweet-talked me into sticking around to pitch in with household bills, swearing it'd be a short stint. That was ages ago. I shuffled downstairs, bracing for the ritual week brew and perhaps a bargain bin greeting card. But there they were, my mom and my kid sister Megan, perched at the breakfast nook with these massive, phony smiles plastered on. "Happy birthday, Emily," Mom chirped, her tone dripping with that fake honey vibe that set my nerves on edge right away. Megan leaped from her seat, buzzing like she'd chugged a triple espresso. "We've got the ultimate shocker planned for you. You're gonna flip when you lay eyes on it." Looking back, that should have been my first red flag. The Harpers weren't exactly the surprise party pros. Past birthdays, they'd been roast sessions about my curves, my dead-end gigs, my single status, and how I was basically bombing at adulting. Still, I was starving for their thumbs up, clinging to the delusion that this time, things might actually turn around. "What's the big reveal?" I probed, timidly filling my mug with sludge coffee. "Oh, no way we're spilling," Mom teased, shaking her head like it was all part of the fun. "That'd spoil the magic. But trust me, kiddo, this one's etched in stone for unforgettable." Megan latched onto my elbow, her manicure pricking like tiny needles. "Hurry and change, wheels up in 60. Go for cute but cozy, we've got some mileage ahead." The hour blurred by in a haze of jittery hype. I swapped outfits 4 times before landing on khakis and a cozy knit. Downstairs again, Mom loomed by the entryway, twirling a satin blindfold like it was a party favor. "What's with the getup?" I asked. "Surprise protocol," she grinned. "Gotta hood your eyes so you don't snoop the root and wreck the vibe." Every gut feeling hollered at me to bail, to grill them for deets, to bolt outright. But nope, I handed over control. Let Mom knot that fabric over my peepers. Let her steer me to the SUV. Let myself buy into the fairy tale that my clan gave a damn about making my day epic. The road trip launched smooth at first. Megan plopped shotgun with me in the rear, every so often patting my knuckles and squealing about the epicness inbound. Mom piloted up front, crooning off-key to some classic rock playlist. Hour 1, tolerable. Hour 2. My legs cramped, bladder nagging. "Hey, any ETA, or at least a compass check," I ventured. "Noah," Megan sang out. Spoiler alert dodged. Tick-tock, another 60 dragged. Excitement evaporated in its wake. Annoying dread knotting my stomach. 3+ hours in, my spine screamed for mercy from the upright torture. "Mom, seriously, pit stop, I'm dying here." "Hold it together," she barked, all warmth gone. "We've trekked too far to glitch now." I clawed at the blindfold, desperate for light, but Megan's paw clamped my arm like a handcuff. "Hands off," she snarled. "Mom, she's cheating." From the driver's perch, Mom's voice sliced like ice. "Do whatever it takes, Megan. She stays sightless till I green light." Dread. Now it was full-on terror clawing my ribs. This wasn't whimsy anymore. This reeked of sabotage. I yanked again, but Megan pinned both my hands, her squeeze turning purple welts. "Unhand me," I demanded, faking calm. "Joke's over, this sucks." "Who claimed it was a gag?" Megan shot back, her laugh a venomous curl. "No chuckles, just cruelty. That final hour, pure hell." Silence smothered the cabin, no tunes, no chatter, just the engine's drone and my heart hammering like a war drum. Blind and lost, I pieced together zilch. No landmarks, no mileage, no clue on my kin's endgame. Only that the sibling vice gripping me and the mom who'd clammed up weren't prepping confetti. Finally, the brakes bit. We veered from smooth asphalt onto crunching gravel, then idled. "Destination achieved," Mom declared, flat as roadkill. Her door thunked shut, boots crunched. Mine ripped open, rough hands yanked me out. I tripped, knees buckling on loose stones, saved only by the iron hold on my bicep. "Blindfold off yet?" I whimpered, hating my squeak. "You bet," Mom sneered. She clawed the scarf free. Sunlight stabbed, I blinked through tears, vision sharpening on. Nothing, barren backroad hemmed by endless meadows and thick woods. Zero structures, zero souls, just desolation. I spun to Mom, brain scrambling. "Wait, what? This the surprise?" Her mug warped into a mask of disgust. Happy birthday, failure factory, she hissed. Bonus gift, eternal goodbye from us. Words hung, then bam palms to my spine. She launched me earthward. I cratered, grit shredding my hands, knees blooming red. Giggles erupted, shrill and sadistic. Peering up, Megan towered, mud-caked palm raised. Feast on your treat, she mocked. Fits you to a T, the clump exploded in my kisser, grime and lashes, grit on tongue, dust-choking nostrils. I hacked, swiping futilely. Stop, why? I wheezed. Cause we outrank you, Mom shrugged. We're done lugging a deadweight drag like you. Life upgrades sans your vibe. Megan was already SUV bound. Chop chop, Mom. Let's split before the waterworks her sob symphony's a buzzkill. Hold up, I lurched upright, terror tsunamiing. You can't ditch me in bumfuck nowhere. I got no bearings. Mom sauntered to the wheel, halted for one glacial glare. Spot on M, DIY your escape, or flop, we couldn't care less. Mom mercy, I lunged, but locks clicked. Through tinted glass, their hysterics raw and real. Key turned, rocks flew. I hammered the pain, howling please. Zilch. Tail light swallowed the horizon, roar dying to whispers. Then, void. Stark quiet, pierced by my gasps and distant chirps. I froze, replaying the nightmare on loop. My blood mom and sis hauled me 4 hours out, dumped me like trash on my birthday, cackled through it. Declared me persona non grata. Dusk crept, shadows stretched. No cell, they'd nixed mine at home, surprise security. Wallet, zilch, ID, nada, just chinos pullover kicks, no coat as fall nipped harder, solo in savage wilds. Then click, panic fractured, forging steel, rage. Razor sharp, laser guided fury. I'd endure, I'd navigate home, and once there, reckoning, they'd bleed for this betrayal. I hoofed it, picking the trail away from their tire tracks, least I wouldn't tail their stink. 2 hours of trudge, sun dipped, chill bit bones, then glow. A homestead, lantern winking welcome. I bolted, pounding the frame. It creaked ajar, silver-haired grandma, eyes soft as fresh dough. Lord almighty, girly, what whirlwind hit ya? Breakdown hit like freight train. She Ethel Brooks hauled me in, parked me at her scarred oak table. Hubby Earl dialed cops while Ethel brewed chamomile and swaddled me in quilts. Spilled it all. Sham bash, blind haul, roadside exile. Cops rolled up, jaws slack, vowing charges. Desertion minimum, maybe endangerment if prosecutors swung hard. Brookses housed me overnight. Dawn. Sheriffs shuttled me to Podunkburg, snagged a Greyhound loop homeward. 3 transfers, 10-hour odyssey, but I crashed stateside. Skipped Mom's pad cold, crashed at pal Lisa's loft instead. Lisa'd preached for Ian's, Harper's toxic, bolt the nest. I'd caped for them, spun alibis, era over. Lisa clocked my wreckage, crushed me in a bear hug. Spill, full download. Her dial, stunned to revulsion to Arctic wrath mirroring mine. Charges incoming, yeah, tell me you're nuking them. Cops probing, I said. But Lee's, I crave deeper cuts. Want 'em gutted, foundations cracked. Lisa scanned me, then dipped chin. All right, game on, calculated strikes, target vitals. Hold up at hers, blueprint brewed. Intel first. Autopsy their empire. Zeroed on Megan, 21, fresh grad via dad's estate kitty. Fund meant halved for us, but Mom guilted me into yielding. Your turn later. She can't stall. Megan parlayed it into psych degree, locked entry-level psych gig at swanky clinic. Bragged pixels for weeks. Mom, Karen. Admin queen at pharma wholesaler, 18-year vet. Flaunted rank, jabbed my freelance flops. Rifling dad's archived files, goldmine. My moniker lingered on domicile title. Post-dad's exit 6 years prior, he'd deeded it joint to Mom and me. Grief-blinded, trust-fogged, it had slipped my radar. Deeper dive. His testament plus sidebar codicil flagged for me alone. Dad Tom Harper, planner par excellence, sniffed Mom's game. Emily, it breathed, if this finds you I'm dust, gutted I can't shield you. Karen adores your style, trophy over heart. Shun her gaslighting your shine. Domicile, yours half. Stamp it soul deep. Scholastic stash. Yours and Megan's equal. Claim your due. Sobs racked, he'd foreseen, armored me posthumously. I'd been pawn, approval-addled, deaf to safeguards. Scholastic pot. Ballooned way past Mom's one-kid skimpy yarn. Ledgers lied, ample for duo, surplus. Karen fibbed, hijacked my slice, funneled solo to Megan. Left me loans and shattered shots. Inferno roared hotter. Not mere ditch. This spanned lifelong gaslight, larceny, soul slay. Matriarch who torched daughter's runway, martyr mask intact. Bundled docs to attorney, razor-edged Rebecca Lang, Lisa's wreck. Rebecca absorbed saga, poured papers, grinned predator. They poked the bear, arsenal stacked. Domicile duel, estate embezzle, fraud fringe, criminal cherry, the dumps gravy. Arsenal rundown, I pressed. Rebecca reclined, tenting digits. Full barrage, domicile, slam dunk, force auction if she bulks buyout. Scholastic's twistier, dad's decree dual dole. Karen, fiduciary flunky, botched brief. Breach big time, sue her socks off. Ballpark bucks, Rebecca tapped abacus. Principal plus compound, lost semesters, opportunity oof. Baseline 180K. Low ball, even, could inflate via wage gap grief from no diploma drag. Jaw unhinged. 180 grand. Floor, she nodded. And caveat. Verdict or bust, Karen's coffers might cough dry. We're stripping her bare. Perfect, I iced. That's the gut punch I crave. Leverage locked. Phase alpha, cop complaint, blow by blow, picked empathetic journo. Yarn exploded, clan dumps birthday girl in boonies. Dropped knee scrap snaps, wrist bruise badges, full name greenlight. Pixels proliferated, nationals nabbed it. Karen and Megan monikered, mugshotted. Web wolves pounced. Instant villains. Megan's clinic slot, vaporized, press release, can't onboard cruelty connoisseurs. Feeds feral with fury, she nuked profiles, ghosted grid. Karen's desk, bombardment, petitions for pink slip. Couldn't axe off-clock atrocity, but hounded her hellish till she bylaid. Quitter's confetti, but nah thirst unquenched. Phase beta, domicile demolition. Lawyered up, laid law, co-owner clout meant half-hustle or full flip. Karen's buyout. Pipe dream she'd second mortgaged for Megan's elite academe and extras. Rebecca's missive landed, intent to compel conveyance. First ping since purge, Karen's plea line. Honey, rethink, she wailed, venom voided. This roof's my rock. Eviction catastrophe. Beats me, Karen, I purred. Wing it solo or flop, your call were indifferent. Click, her echo, weaponized. Pad flipped fast, I pocketed proceeds chunk, leased Lux loft downtown. Karen, rentravaged, exiled to Cuz's crash pad 4 hours off, same snob who'd sneered her style, parent panned her playbook. Karma's cackle, chef's kiss. Flip was foreplay. Rebecca unleashed estate heist suit. Summons smacked Karen at Cuz's, mid-fam jam witnesses galore. Per my aunt post-poor, penitent for blind spots, Karen crumbled theatrical. Spun family first flub, but aunt birthday briefed stonewalled. She sowed thorns, thorns she sleeps on, aunt relayed. Gutted I snoozed on her sabotage, my bad. Case cruised. Karen lawyered Laurent Hack who bylaid early evidence Everest. Dad's decree, transfers timestamped her hand to Megan's tuition. Urged plea, she dug heels, delusion of judicial jujitsu. Delusional. Bench day. I flanked by Rebecca, steel-spined. Karen huddled opposite, shrunken shell. Megan lurked rear, ashen wraith. Presiding, Judge Alina Torres, 50s firebrand dissected docs with disdain. Grilled Karen point blank. Why funnel full fun to fave when testator type tandem? Karen's whiff. Megan merited more M's tougher nut, bootstraps babe, sis needed nudge. Tor's scowl scorched. So one spawn schooled, other starved. You vetoed hubby's heartfelt edict on whim. Misread your honor, Karen muled. In light, house hogging heirs hoard for half the heirs aught but avarice. Mute. Verdict, my victory. Karen forked 192k core, accrue, ache plus my docket dues. Plus Tor's tongue lash, ledgered eternal. Egregious elder error. Entrusted estate architect, you engineered erasure. Starved one's shot, spoiled the sibling. Then per dockets and dispatches, literally marooned the maltreated on macadam. Heinous. May this mend some mutilation. Karen slunk sobbing. Megan trailed, one last gander my way, cocktail of contrition, confusion, craving. I averted. Words, wasted. Phase gamma, kin cull. Pinged peripherals mommed puppeteered pristine. Dropped truth bombs, dock dumps, watched walls tumble. Holiday howdies, halted, lines, limbo, they mirrored my marooning solitary as sin. Bonus bust, Karen peddled M's pillhead, yarn to paint her saintly me the sinkhole. I'd freelance steady, clean as whistle, tracked checks, stubs. Methodical myth bust. Every ear she'd whispered, I whispered back, proof parade. Narrative nuked, her martyr myth, mush. Phase Delta, Phoenix Forge. House Hall funded dream doctorate, psych, natch, post poison. Excelled, A's avalanche, crew cultivated, council chased. Sessions scorched sweet, Dr. Nora Hale unpacked narcissist nests, Goat v Star Dynamics. Not your fault, M, she'd affirm. Karen craved canvas for crap. You got the brushstrokes. Megan mastered minion mode for her throne. Arbitrary anointment but dad dotting, you echoed his echo, irked her insecure. Oof, dad bond, books trails, pun duels, he'd hyped horizons. Post-pass Karen corroded his castle. Hurt healed via hurtle. That's phantom parent pang, Nora nodded. Mourn the myth mom, rage it real. Raged I did, wept wild. Wove forward, frayed threads firming. Reclaimed relics 2 ghosted grads from mom-mandated trash tags. Buddies barred for bad seeds. Mentors mind poisoners, kin chaos. Dad's bros widow, Tia Grace, collie coasted. Post-dad outreach intercepted by Karen's anti-me agitprop. I'd swallowed, sorrow-soaked. Cold call, catastrophe catalog, her hush then. Felt the fracture. But Karen curtained you tight, figured funeral fog. Not on you, I soothed. Grace glued gap, weekly wires, jet jaunts. Spilled lore lost, Karen culled dad too, siloed him slow. Tom twigged late, she sighed. Pre-pack plotting partition. Lawyer looped, but tumor trumps stayed for you sprouts. No dual divorce drama. Heart hammer and balm. He'd battled, bought time. Death, door ajar for her depravity. 8 moons post-birthday blitz, Megan's murmur anon alias ping. Regret raw, no faith or pardon due but, gutted, unpardonable. Mom's puppeteered me perpetual no pass. You blameless. Poured pages, craved credulity cis salvage but scars schooled skepticism. Sequel, therapy trench, why mud mock. Shrink says survival swap, scapegoat shield via golden gloss. Sold you for safety, gutless ghoul hates heirloom. Tertiary, Karen's cash crunch full fine no float. Retirement rated nest egg nuked. Bankruptcy beckons. Poetic payback we wrecked you wrecked us. Quartet, no reply craved just owned it owned us apologies avalanche. Mull multiplied, Nora nudge pardon your peace not hers if it mends. Lisa lash. Undeserved dirt doll. Grace, voice vouch, in the flesh unpack, verdict light. Apology absorbed, authenticity affirmed shrink grind gut check, but sorry skips scars, skips approval abyss. Mud moment, your pick. Perch with peril. Evolve Megan rooting remote, but bridge burned, blacklist henceforth. Blocked blind. Lingered though, Karen's oops optics, zero zip. Megan, messy mirror, remorse reel. Mom's minion or monster, Nora next. Dual damage doable narc nest nicks all flavors foul. Starkid starves self, sycophant shell, worth wobble, solo stunt flop. Crumble. Core collapse, pity party, I probed poison pursed. Feel free, she fired. Acknowledge ain't absolve, she slung sludge, adult agency. Mom mold, mitigant not magic eraser. Yet zilch, no debt to her, your yard. Total turf, total cutoff, copacetic, future thaw, fine print yours. Yard sale old yoke, forward freighted light. Year post-purge, doctorate diploma, dean's nod. Snagged senior shrink slot at top-tier trauma hub, pay poppin' past Karen's peak. Penned parental poison, reclaim rights peace peer praised. Pomp poignant. Strut stage, sheepskin snag, Lisa and Grace whoops whipped wins. New beau Alex steady since semester 2, bloom bearer beaming. Void, parental perch sib slot, ache assuaged mostly. Quiet quakes lingered. Post-pomp feast, Grace toasts throat thick. Endured apocalypse. Tom's beaming from beyond I bet me, bursting. Clinks chimed, tears teased. Chosen clan blood be damned. Eve's end, Alex and I alcove perch, skyline sparkle. He'd paced my pace, prop without prod, heel hurdle hype man. Probe permitted. Fire. Ever second guess the scorched earth, on Karen Megan, ponder paused. Seconds, sure sleepless spells what ifs whisper, but rewind, same script, they authored abandonment, I autographed atonement. Ruins, their recipe. My rise, raw rewrite, regret, liberation, locked. Alex squeezed, sage smile, that's my phoenix. Dawn broke a new me, mended mosaic, not flawless but fierce, forged in fire, flying free. The Harpers, faded footnotes. My volume up, verse victorious. And birthdays. Solo sips now but sweet self-served sans sabotage. Here's to 26, unblindfolded, unbound, unbreakable.